Hello! Welcome to Indie Showcase.
Hello! Welcome
to
Indie Showcase.
I have...
Hello! Welcome!
You're gonna hear some awfulness, and I'm very sorry.
Oh.
I did it again.
Oh, did you launch while the chat window was open?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I launched with the sound on Twitch on, and because it's taking in my sound, it just repeats and goes and goes and goes.
Oh,
and I'm
just the looping.
Man.
Yeah.
Production.
I know,
Production
right?
is hard.
So hi everyone, I'm Victoria Rogers, and I'm here to bring you indie games every week. And this week we are playing Fall of Magic by Ross Cowman, who is here with us.
Me. Hi, my name's Ross Cowman.
I don't know why I almost looked around my room.
I did!
Oh, Ross is here.
Where? Check under your seats, people!
Yeah, so we're gonna play Fall of Magic. I'm really excited. I still love playing this game, and really excited to play it with y'all.
Amber, so thank you very much for coming and playing with us. And then Amber, why don't you introduce yourself and say hello? Where can we find you? What do you do?
I do so many things. Hi, I'm Amber. You can find me on basically every social media as Rocket Orca. I'm the co-owner of the Geekspective Podcast Network, where I host my show, Shapeshift, where it's a podcast show that is specifically about my journey into GMing. So basically, like 80% of the games I've ever run are on that show. And right now, I am running a Ryutama campaign, which is streaming live on Twitch at Geekspective's Twitch. I'm really excited for that, yeah. And I'm also really excited about Fall of Magic. I've heard so many good things, and I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! I'm really excited to watch your stream because you ran a module that you created for Ryutama for myself and some friends at a catacon last year.
Yes.
And I still think about that game.
Oh, that's such a nice thing to hear.
I think of the drunk bees, and they make me happy, and I laugh every time. So I'm excited to play with you again, because I haven't played with you since then.
Yes, it's been a long time. When was the catacon?
November of last year.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah,
That's like so long ago.
It's like
I know.
In 2020 time?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Time's moving slow.
Daniel.
Hey, what's up? I'm Daniel. I co-host the Asians Represent podcast, and I'm a designer, and I guess I'm a streamer now that, there's quarantine. I read really bad Asian TTRPGs on stream and provide critical analysis of them. That's the thing we do now.
Yeah, it is. You've been getting a lot of traction doing that, and you've been doing
some nominations.
You
Yeah,
do.
and our second Emmy nomination for the second year in a row. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
We'll
see.
You're gonna win this year.
We'll
I
see.
heard that if you win an Emmy, that you can actually buy as many medals as you want.
I'll buy a medal for everyone.
TK.
I had to check to make sure my microphone was not muted. I did it. Are you proud of me now? Yeah, I didn't have anything going on today, and Victoria was like, I'll give you 3 Musketeers bar if you come play Fall of Magic with us. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, true story.
So
Wait,
I'm
you're getting
also
food?
excited. I'm also excited to be here. Goodbye.
All right. So, well, now that we've done all this, and why don't we just get into it? Ross, you said that you're going to facilitate for us.
Happy to do it.
And let's, because I know you were saying that you're having a little bit of a. This game usually runs a little bit more than 2 hours. You were saying.
Well, it depends. If you want to, you can play a single session, and it's going to feel like maybe a good first episode of like a TV show. But if you want to like get all the way to Umbra, usually it's going to be several sessions. But in this game, I sort of expect us to visit the first few locations and kind of get to know these characters a little bit, have some fun scenes together. But yeah, it's you'd have to like speed run to get all the way to Umbra in 2 hours for sure.
All right.
Okay. Oh, so should I just?
Yeah, let's just get right
Yeah,
into
let's
this.
do it.
And
I'll put on an actual facilitator hat.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
What? It was just sitting there?
Get a hat like that whenever I. Wait.
All right.
I thought there was
that?
going to be like the premiere of a new Fall of Magic hat line, and I was like, take my money.
The Magus's hat.
There's a pretty sweet hoodie we haven't had, so.
I don't know why I expected a wizard's hat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd planned a little better, like some wizard's hat with like an attached beard, it would have been pretty tight.
Approach. Pterodactyl.
Yeah. Cool. So hey everybody, welcome to Follow Magic, and I'm just gonna give a real quick introduction to story games. I know everyone here has played games, but maybe some folks in the chat haven't played a lot of games like this. And when I talk about story games, I'm talking about role-playing games where the mechanics have a lot more to do with helping to inspire an interesting story that we're all creating together, and a little less about figuring out if your particular protagonist is successful or failing or stabbed or something like that. A few things. There's 3 things I like to tell people about games like this. The first thing is that a story game is a lot like having a conversation, and the same rules about being a good conversationalist apply. We want to listen, we want to ask questions, we want to pay attention to the things that other people are excited about, and help those things and help support each other's ideas in the story. Second thing I like to say is to think small. When it's time to make up something, you want to think small and not plan too far ahead. And doing that allows the story to be something that we are co-creating together. If you have like some secret plan, some secret hidden identity that your character has, it's a lot more effective if you just kind of like tell us what your character is hiding, and then we can all act super surprised and help you to like reveal it, or act like completely oblivious to the fact that you're hiding in the bushes or something. And that will be a lot more effective in the long run than if you're planning for something far off in the distance and nobody knows that that's what you want to happen in the story, and then it never ends up happening often. And lastly, we have this is a game of social fantasy. So play centers around characters, relationships, and exploration of culture. And it's fantasy because things that are possible that are not possible in our daily lives. So we want to treat this world and this character like these characters are alive, make them diverse, nuanced, sometimes contradictory, and use this place to reimagine and explore without restrictions that we might have in our normal life. And then we also have a safety tool that we're going to be using. I'm an X card person in my own home cultural play, but I know, Victoria, we have kind of like a red, yellow, green safety mechanic. Would you like to describe that?
I would. So I like to use what's called the traffic light system. What this does is you have your X card. It's like your stop. We're at a line. I don't want to do this. And so you just show something red on the screen, or in chat, in our Zoom chat, you can just put an R or an X, and that will say the same thing. And then we have amber, which is yellow, not Amber the person, but amber the yellow color. And that means we're approaching a veil, or we're approaching something that is, it's a subject matter that makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Why don't we redirect the scene? Let's veil it, or let's fade to black. And then we have green, and green is, my character is maybe going through something traumatic. I might be role-playing and I might appear angry or upset, but me, the player, I'm having a grand old time. I'm just really into what I'm doing. So you would just show green. Or if someone wants to check in and they hold up something yellow and say,
It's okay.
You're
crying.
Are you all right?
Crying right now.
You could then hold up something green, which the green screen is changing, but you can hold up something green, and that just indicates, I'm okay. So speaking of lines and veils, what are lines and veils? Lines are things that you don't want in the game because they make you uncomfortable, and we just add them to the list. And the important thing about them is no questions asked. We don't ask why. We're not into those things being in the game. We just accept that, no, we don't want that in the game. common ones and ones that I have in for all my tables, including this one, is sexual assault, sexual harassment, racism, derogatory comments about marginalized groups, and for me, a personal one is saliva. I don't like it.
Good to know.
And then a line is something that can be in the game, but we just don't want to go into detail about
that's
it.
the other way around, right? Lines.
Oh,
are the things
sorry,
you don't
a
want to do.
veil.
Veils are
I already talked about
hard,
lines.
Lines are hard limits.
Lines are hard
soft
limits.
lines are hard limits. Yeah,
Sorry.
veil's like it's cool if it happens. I just don't want it described in detail.
Yeah, and a common one for a veil is torture. That common one that I come across a lot at different tables is torture. People don't mind if it's there, but they want it veiled. So why don't we go around? Does anyone have any lines they wish to add to the list?
Could I add something? I just
Yeah.
want to just toss something out there. Sometimes I've noticed when there's a lines and veils discussion at the beginning of the game, people start feeling like they need to dredge up all of the most horrible, like traumatizing things that they can think of. And I just want you to like, I would just maybe suggest that people don't feel like they need to do that, and they just sort of assume we don't know each other very well, so it's going to be like a PG-13 ish game. And if there's something that might not normally fit into that like clown scorpions or something like that you want us to know about, maybe that would be a good thing to toss out there.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes people don't want to have to like jump into all that. So I don't want people to feel like they're pressured to do that.
Oh, 100%. And then also, if there's something that comes up during the gameplay, don't feel like that you're starting to feel uncomfortable and it wasn't listed before, feel free to add it, please. Because we want everyone to be comfortable and safe. So,
Super important.
are there any lines that anyone wishes to add?
I can add one. I don't like child harm. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like to see kids or pets killed. Like if they happen off camera, I'm usually cool with it. Like you can veil that, but like who likes to kill kids is fun. That's I want to have fun.
Mhm.
I don't want to deal with some dead kids.
I also don't
They're
like
ugly.
finger or toe injuries.
Oh,
That's good to
Yeah.
know.
okay. All right. So,
oh boy.
no
Yeah.
child harm, no finger or toe injuries.
I guess it depends on the tone of the game. If we go into a horror line, like I definitely have stuff with body horror things that I would like, specifically eyes, that I wouldn't want.
That's
That
a
will make me
common
get
one.
up. That will get me up from my desk in like a second. Oh no! I gotta go think about something happy, something different.
All right.
I have a veil. I have a
okay.
veil, and it's like I don't need a big description of what a clown looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like when playing League of Legends, I can't handle some of the clown characters like Shaco in that game.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
please.
anything that's like flirty stuff.
Mhm.
Like I need to see an enthusiastic yes from the other.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Mhm.
just for this
Characters.
group to let you guys know, I am not comfortable with being flirted with. Like, as it makes me as player weird.
Oh,
So
that's great.
even Mike, so unless it actually comes up and it makes sense for me, and I'm in that character, and that's
Yeah.
how that character can handle
Yeah.
that, I can do it. I can start to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
But I usually just go again.
So anytime my character has like a flirty thing where they're like, and that's just the type of character they're gonna be, it's like I always throw up a question mark for an enthusiastic yes from people. And if
Cool.
I get anything other than an O, that's
Gotcha.
no. Because who wants to go to the bar during their game and have somebody buy them a drink that they don't like? No one likes
Mhm.
that.
Not what we're here for.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we want to be besties.
Okay, great. So so we've got some people have shared some more stuff that we're going to avoid. So we'll definitely do that. Anything else that folks would like to add or have questions about? I said kind of a few things in that introduction before. Should we just?
I think.
Okay. Well.
yeah.
Oh, please.
Oh no! Well, I was just saying. I think
Yes,
I'm good.
yes, okay. All right. Great. So let's jump in. So yeah, this is Fall of Magic. This is how we play. Magic is dying, and the Magus is dying with it. We travel together to the realm of Umbra, where magic was born. So this is a game we're going to play a group of travelers that are going on this journey. We know that magic is dying and the Magus is dying with it. We're going to Umbra. Why is magic dying? Who's the Magus? Why are we going there? I don't know. Those are things we're going to make up as we play. And it's, in my experience, been quite different every time you play this game. So that's part of what we're playing to find out. So next we're going to make our characters. The first thing that we will do, and maybe Victoria, as people are making their choices, they could get added to their name cards in Twitch. I don't know if that's something someone has the power to do.
That is all done in Photoshop.
Oh, well, never mind then. Okay, cool. Well, we can just remember. It's not going to be not a terribly large amount of information.
I can try to do it while you're talking.
Okay, cool. That'd be next level. Okay, great. So the first thing we're going to do is choose a name for our character, and if you pull up the Fall Magic and Roll 20, you can see there's a name list for you to choose from. So go ahead and just choose one of those names, and maybe if you have something, I'm going to just take some notes for myself. But yeah, just go ahead and choose a name and tell us what name you've chosen, and we can go in any order.
Does anybody gravitate towards a name?
Yeah, I'm gravitating towards Fawn.
I want to be Piccolo, our honorary Black King from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
I was gonna go
we are
Piccolo,
best
but respect.
dads.
It's too late.
No respect.
Doing it for the culture.
I respect that.
Also, I want cheese culture. Oh, I'm so hungry.
I would like to be Caspian.
Prince Caspian.
Pick River. I'm feeling River today.
I don't know if I can do this at the same time. This is a lot of multitasking.
Don't worry about it. We'll just remember.
I will change my Zoom name to
Yeah.
Caspian.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I will also change.
I'm not going to change my Zoom name to Caspian.
I will also change mine to Caspian.
We will all be Caspian.
No.
Honorary
This is-
Black King Piccolo.
Okay, and
be-
keep that open. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
You
I'll
actually
be,
read that.
if no one has chosen it, I'll be Harp.
It's a good name. I like that one.
Okay, fantastic. And next you're going to choose a title for your character. So
Boy.
you see underneath the names are a list of titles, and so you're going to so there's 5 different locations, and then each location has 3 titles associated with it. So you might want to be like an apprentice, a golem, or raven of Ravenhall, or a hero or a midwife of Barleytown, or a merchant of Estalia. Just go ahead and choose any one of those, and it's also okay if more than one person chooses the same one.
Can I be the crab singer of Estalia?
Yeah, of course you can. You don't even have to ask.
Yes.
You can just do it. Just seize
Want to
that.
be the swineherd of Barleytown.
Oh my
It's your own
god.
choice.
What a blessing.
So, add that to your name title too, so you can just go ahead and rip Caspian
Estalia.
Crab Singer of Estalia.
Change my name.
I want to be the Golem. Harp, the Golem of Ravenshall.
Ravenhall.
Nice.
So it has to be from those particular locations. So the crab singer can only be from Estalia.
That's true.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know why, but
All right.
that's true for some reason.
I want to be Piccolo, the
It is the way.
Knight of Stormguard.
Native Stormguard. Oh,
Stormguard. Sorry if y'all can hear my mechanical keyboard. That's my B.
It just means you're a hardcore gamer.
Yeah. Get that keyboard up there. Get that ASMR.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Have you
yes.
guys seen my
Switches.
keyboard? I've got magical girl keys.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, what a delight. Have you seen the one where the escape key or the tab key is a little loaf of bread?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
It's a delight.
Um,
Anyway, magic game.
um,
Sorry.
yeah, no, this is cool. I'm just like a little. I get. Sure, I'm gonna be River, and I'm going to be an apprentice of Ravenhall.
Okay.
All right. So we have Fawn the Swineherd of Barleytown, Harp Golem of Ravenhall, Caspian Crab Singer of Estalia, and Piccolo.
1 sec. I gotta put in my title. 1 sec.
Knight of Stormguard.
I promise I'm gonna get there.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Finally, a little appreciation.
So while that's occurring, other people can take a look at the tokens and choose one to represent their character. There's 6 different tokens. Each token has 2 sides to it, so you kind of get 2 sides when it's kind of a twofer. You can't flip things in this app for some reason. I'm sorry, I don't want to dog.
Are they the
20 on stream?
Are they the coins over here?
Yeah, the coins. Yeah.
Oh,
They're so cute.
Yeah. So just go ahead and choose which one and which side you want to represent your character, and just go ahead and just grab it with your little grabby pointer.
Can you grab?
I'm trying to grab it.
Oh, can you grab it? Oh, maybe.
I think only if you're a GM.
I think the GM can grab it.
Oh, that's terrible. Let's fix that. Oh, I can't fix it. Only the GM can fix it.
We just need to be assigned GM roles, and then we'll just leave and rejoin.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll rejoin as GM.
Okay.
Oh, how do we do this?
We have to. Whoever's the GM needs to make us GMs.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily. I can
Oh.
make them available
Ooh,
to
the
all
players.
players.
So
Ooh.
excited.
Yeah.
The power.
Oh, I can move it now.
Oh, I can't yet.
Oh, it's magic.
Oh gosh.
You gotta use your pointer.
Oh, wait your turn, swineherd.
I have to do each one.
I want it now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Suffer.
So maybe
That's
we
so
can talk
fancy.
about which one they want while we're thinking about this.
I want the eggy in the nest.
Okay.
The
It's
eggy
yours.
in the
Sorry,
nest?
I need to put my
Okay.
reading glasses on. Let me just. Okay, I will take whatever is left over. Let's see what's
Oh.
left over. What we
Oh.
got?
I can use it now.
I'm
I
kind of
will-
feeling the river because my name's River.
I would like to take the candle, but it's the only token I can't interact with.
Okay, I'm working on it. I have to
Oh, you're
do
doing
one at a
great.
time here.
We really
It's
appreciate
okay.
you.
Human.
That's really cool though that the tokens are you can interact with them.
I want to be a little
yeah.
foxy boy.
Do it.
It me. I'm a foxy boy. Boy.
So now everyone watching this knows exactly how to make tokens activated because they just watched me do it 12 times.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, and then so everyone take a token. Oh, sorry, take a token if you haven't already.
I'll be the
Got
tree.
it.
Treat, great. And then we'll choose one of the. It looks like we have one remaining token, which is the sword/broken sword to represent the Magus. Which one do we want to be the Magus? Do we want to be the sword or the broken sword?
Broken sword.
Good sword for sure.
The emo sad boy Magus.
Yeah. Suffer.
All right, fantastic.
Fox
okay, so-
boy token.
Wait, should
So-
it be this one or?
Oh, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. Yes, please move. Please, Cassidy,
I got you.
Please move that to Ravenhall.
Ravenhall.
Our journey begins. So here's how you play. So we're going to take turns, and each turn we're going to describe another scene in our story. And we begin at Ravenhall. So we always play out scenes at the Magus' current location. So our journey begins at Ravenhall. So the 4 scenes that are available to us are the bridge, the Menagerie, Rose Gardens, and the Scrying Pool. On your turn, you're going to take your token and put it at one of those 4 locations, and then you're going to describe that scene to us from the perspective of your character. As you do that, the rest of us are welcome to listen, ask questions, maybe even offer to or be cast in the role to cast to play other characters, or even other parts of the scene. Anything you don't feel like describing, you can be like, hey, can someone else describe the crowd the crowd of festival goers. But during your turn, you get final say over what's true and what happens in your scene, and each of us has final say about what's true about our own characters. Underneath each scene is a story prompt. And that is another little piece of information for you that must be integrated into your scene before your scene can end. So for example, over on the bridge, we have your face in the river. So sometime before your scene ends, you would have to work your face in the river into the scene somehow. And how you do that is up to you. And then when you're ready for the scene to be over, just tell us the scene is done and we will pass to the next player. Scenes can be long, they can be short. That's all I really need to describe right now. Anyone can go first.
Okay, why don't you go first to show us how it's done?
Sure, I could do that. I will go to the scrying pool. Okay, so I'm going to start by describing the scrying pool. The scrying pool is a large reflecting pool, and in the it's this large reflecting pool that people come to from all around the lands around Ravenhall to peer into, to see into the future. I think like right now it's like a sunny day, and it's early fall, and the leaves are kind of just starting to change color, and we can see all these crowds of just like villagers and like nobles and like people of all kind of like different classes around, and people bring offerings to this scrying pool, and so there's just all this crap like lying everywhere. It's like, like the day after Bumbershoot. I'm sorry, that's a festival in Seattle. It's like the day after Lollapalooza, and people are just like upset. They're like super upset because they've brought all these riches here to the scrying pool, and it's like not really working so well because some of these people didn't get the memo that magic is dying. And we see River there, and I am I think I'm on trash duty. I'm like kind of bagging up offerings. Some of the offerings are pretty nice, so I've kind of have like a sorting bin, kind of like one of those recycle sorting bins. So there's things that are like, okay, this is pretty nice, we should probably like sell this. This is just straight up garbage. This is dangerous. I might have to get my supervisor in here to like to deal with this.
Just old batteries.
Yeah, old batteries.
Old rusted batteries.
All kinds of things. And perhaps someone else is here. Which of these other characters is here making an offering right now, trying to scry something from the scrying pool?
I'm going to be at the bridge.
Okay,
fantastic.
Well, you could be at the bridge in this place too, but yeah, I'm sorry, you had something? Fawn?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely think Fawn would probably be traveling here to do scrying and bringing something, and so I think probably has rations of bacon.
Great.
And like I was just like, is coming to the pool, and while you're in the midst of picking up stuff, is just bringing this rasher of bacon to give as an offering to potentially scry.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Fantastic. And River, oh yeah, please, Harp.
May I ask why a ration of bacon?
It's the most valuable thing that I have. It's good bacon, good pigs. So we do.
I mean, perhaps
the ability.
I mean, perhaps the ability to scry is based on the value one attributes to their offering.
Right.
Yeah, that's true, because the scrying pool sees into you, and it knows how valuable that was.
So if the bacon is important to, say, a traveler, then totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's socialism. Magical socialism. So River walks up to you, and he's this kind of seen better days, older guy. He's not like one of those young apprentices that's like all like super excited. He was really excited 20 years ago when he became an apprentice of Ravenhall, but now he's just kind of like, oh man, this job sucks. Mm-hmm. And he walks up and looks and says, hey kid, I think you better, got a hot tip for you. You might just want to save your bacon.
Well, I thought that you could come here and bring stuff, and you could see like your future. Is it not working? Is it not working? Can I not do this?
Shh, keep it down. He kind of like looks around and sort of scratches his stubble a little bit. It's like, yeah, kid, let's just say a lot of people have been scrying, but they haven't been getting lots of answers, So,
well, what's wrong?
I don't raise a fuss or anything. I could tell, I could see, you're one of those swineherders in Barleytown, aren't you?
I literally have a shirt that says from Barleytown. No, but yeah, I think like you can tell just by the way that they're wearing their clothes. They're not very. It's muddy. Overalls, coveralls. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah.
that just looks like, I'm sure you worked really hard raising that pig and
Oh.
turning it into bacon. I just really feel bad for it to go to waste.
Okay. What are you wearing something that signifies that you are like a part
An apprentice?
of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like I'm wearing the official, like, the Ravenhall tabard. It's this like vermilion tabard that's like belted around the waist, and there's a big like raven emblazoned across my chest.
Gotcha.
And I have a little and it's embroidered. It says river kind of embroidered in gold
Right.
thread.
Knowing
I've
that
got a floppy hat.
knowing that your prompt is why you serve the Magus, I think I will then ask, well, if things aren't working well here, do you think you're gonna still have a job?
And like River just gets silent for a minute and like shocked at this like this swineherd from Barleytown has like seen into my deepest fear, unemployment. I say I look into the scrying pool and I just see my sad face, and like a little like tear dribbles off my cheek into the water. And I look back at you and I say, I might be out of a job soon. That's true. So do yourself a favor. Give that bacon to someone who will appreciate it. And I push my cart off.
I before you go, I handed the bacon to you.
Just like a little parcel of bacon.
Yeah.
Sticks in his coat.
His other parcels of bacon that he's
Yeah.
like
Take it from other
bamboozled.
people.
I'm like hustling.
Goes out to the behind the whole scrying pool. It's just like, hey, you want to buy some bacon?
Takes it down to your stall at the market. Fresh bacon.
Fresh bacon.
Yeah.
Blessed by the scrying pool.
Well, I'll go ahead and end that scene
Ooh.
there.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So there's usually I'm sitting around a table and I know who is kind of like clockwise, but I guess we should just let anyone go next that wants to go. Maybe someone that wasn't in that last scene.
I can go.
All right.
I'm going to be on the bridge. So Caspian, the crab singer of Estalia, is kind of like looking over the bridge. He sees his reflection in the sort of still water and raises a strange musical apparatus to his mouth. And it's actually made of like crab claws and the carapace of a crab. It blows into it and it produces like a terrible sound, like an awful sound. It's like a terrible sound, and the water begins to bubble, and this like tower of living crabs kind of rises out of the water, and they scuttle onto the bridge. And he just keeps producing this sound, and crabs kind of come out, and he kind of like lowers it from his face and says, "Free crab for everyone, except for," and reaches down into the pile of crabs and pulls up the biggest crab. This will be my offering. And begins walking across the bridge to the scrying pool because I wanted to make a delicious offering to get answers. But I also wanted to help the poor people here with free crab.
People are super stoked. You're just
Oh, yeah.
grabbing those crabs. Everyone's filling
Definitely.
their pockets.
There's also some mysterious person who smells of bacon also taking crabs.
Yes.
But I'm gonna head to the scrying pool with my offering of crabs, and I'm assuming is it like a giant scrying pool or like a single thing that only one person can go to at a time?
So here's the thing: we should probably end the scene if you're going to leave the bridge, and then
I'm
save
leaving
that
the
for
bridge and
future
ending the
scene.
scene.
That was a fun scene.
I didn't just, we were talking about food earlier, so I was like,
Yeah.
let's do a food scene.
Everyone's
Hey.
hungry.
Most of us.
I want a shrimp boil more than anything right now.
Well, you can go to the Menagerie.
Are there shrimp boils there?
We can
Maybe.
make one.
Yo.
Okay, so who wants to go next today? It should be either Harp or Piccolo or perhaps Fawn.
I'm going to go to the Rose Gardens.
So I should tell you what those little plus symbols mean.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple different kinds of story prompts in Fall of Magic. The other kind that you'll see at this part of the game is a trait. And the way that works is that sometime before the end of your scene, you will need to describe why Harp believes one of those traits to be true of one of our characters. It could be himself, it could be any of the other characters, and then we will actually normally we have like a little note card that has our character's name, and you then write down that trait on that character's note card, and it would stay there for the rest of the game.
Oh, okay. Well,
so just sometime before the end of the scene, describe why you feel that one of the characters is either beautiful, legendary, or fierce.
Okay. I am Harp, Golem of Ravenhall. I am a golem that tends to the Rose Gardens. That is my existence. So in this scene, I am pruning rose bushes back in preparation for the winter. And it's just a very peaceful scene of, I'm like a stone golem, and the way they have me made is it makes I look like a garden statue, a woman with flowing hair, and I move with kind of like a creaky precision, and I'm just peacefully with my face in a serene mask, just pruning roses.
Do you look like kind of weathered, or do you look like kind of like well polished and well taken care of?
I think there's like some moss in my hair and on my dress, my stone dress. I have been out in the elements for some time, and I think the spells that are upon me are lessening and lessening as our mage's magic is going.
Is the mage's magic what has given you life?
Yes, I think so. Because this is the mage's garden, I think.
How rare of an act is it for the Magus to create a golem?
I think there's a few of us about Ravenhall in the hall itself, and we do different things. There's probably like I'm imagining each garden statue is in fact a golem in the garden. So let's say there's 5 statues in this particular garden, so there's 5 of us.
Nice. Is maybe Piccolo or has maybe Piccolo or Fawn wandered into the garden?
Oh, TK, I think you're. There you go.
I did it. Look at me. Are you proud of me now, Dad? I'm a real streamer who hits my mute button on time and everything. I do it. I think that Piccolo has been, Sir Piccolo, if you don't mind, has been wandering back and forth between the Menagerie and the Rose Gardens. I think Piccolo does make it back into the Rose Gardens. For some reason, they keep asking me to put off my own ceremony, which is very irritating. They've been doing it for weeks now. So, I'm waiting. Obviously, there must be a manager or someone in charge to speak to me about this ceremony. It's not my favorite. Can't be a squire forever,
Oh, like your knighting ceremony.
Oh, certainly. That's the entire point of the Menagerie.
So you're like kind of like a doctoral candidate, except for knights.
Yes, except in this case, my dissertation and thesis have all been accepted, and I'm kind of just waiting for a certificate. But in this case, a ceremony where you see the Menagerie is a collection of these illusory creatures that we have each defeated through might or wit. And the last time I saw anything to do with these illusory creatures was when I was still a squire, and my knight had been knighted. and they were able to illuminate this simply beautiful copper clockwork dragon. Fascinating, really. Of course, I have my own exploits, so numerous I won't get into it now, of course.
Is Piccolo talking to anybody else?
No.
They're just like wandering around the garden.
To
like,
you, the audience. Actually,
the
Piccolo
audience,
is talking to
fantastic.
the audience that is always there. So
Yes.
anybody who is in the
Nice.
rose garden.
Right.
Fantastic.
In fact, I would wager there are 5 golems. Piccolo has cornered 3 of them. And it's just like, you
Yes.
see, you can understand how difficult it is to accept that I must wait for something that is truly mine.
So Harp, are you one of the golems that's been cornered by Piccolo?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm crouched down and I'm pruning. I'm listening. And there's a late bloom. And I snip it with my little pruner's scissors and I hand it wordlessly to our Sir Piccolo. Say, for you,
Thank
sir,
you.
for your patience.
Thank you. Bush trash. What a delight. I'll treasure it always.
Bush trash. Do like the Storm Guard people like not respect gardening, botany?
Gardening is a gentle art, and storm guardians are not gentle people.
They don't have use for gentle things.
No.
Because-
There
Uh-oh.
is absolutely a reason that we get kicked out at 14.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh boy.
Mm. Well, at this point, I believe Harp believes that Piccolo is pretty fierce.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, especially bush trash. That hurt my golem heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh.
that was something.
That's brutal. Okay, fantastic. So, Harp, you can go ahead and write down fierce on Piccolo's note card in our imagination. And did you want to continue? Would you like to end the scene there?
Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah.
end.
I think Piccolo has served their purpose for the scene,
Lovely.
which is to be terrible.
Okay, Fawn, would you like to go next?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a scene together with another character to kind of like. I'm seeing Fawn as this very impressionable young character, like young person who is like amazed by magic and people who can do amazing things. And I'm trying to decide who should be with Fawn in this scene. Probably at the Menagerie. Wait, here I am. The egg. The little egg.
Egg baby.
That's why I picked an impressionable little egg.
Would you like to maybe just start by describing the menagerie to us, and maybe
Yeah,
something
so-
will naturally happen?
Picking up after what TK just described about illusory creatures in there, I think it has these amazing crystal structures through this basically it's continuation off the rose garden, so it's got shrubbery and stuff, but eventually it opens out and you see these crystalline structures around, some small, some huge, and as you walk past them you can see that there are like shadows or something that's inside. Sometimes you can see like a tentacle, or maybe there is a claw that comes out. And of course, as Fauna's walking through this, is utterly like flabbergasted, like has heard of magic, has seen magic, has been told stories of magic, but this is beyond amazing. And so they're walking around, and they're pretty small. They're like 4 feet tall. And this is just like amazing to them. And I think really what they're doing is just like looking at, kind of despondent, like amazed, but also kind of like are sort of despondent because they basically said, take your bacon and leave because there's nothing here. So it's like, but wow, look at all this great stuff. And that's kind of what the scene is right now,
Nice.
of Fawn discovering this this menagerie of creatures.
I have a question for Piccolo. You mentioned that there were like illusions or somehow like monsters that you'd captured that were in this menagerie? Could you?
Yeah.
Could you maybe describe some of them?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So my knight, upon his ceremony, managed to create this magnificent design of a copper clockwork dragon, so large as the largest building you can imagine. Trust me, I was there. It's a real thing. I do think that with the waning magic, that this is more like it was something like beautiful Times Squares ish once, but now it kind of looks like whenever you go through like the Christmas in the park of like the little rural communities, and it's just like half of them don't have the lights on, and it's like, is that a train or is that, what is that? Is that a sea dragon or is it a candy cane? I don't know. They've replaced half the bulbs with interesting colors.
So what's Fawn stopped in front of and is right now?
I think it's one of those it's like that Kraken tentacle. Like it was just something that he has never seen before. Like he's seen claws, or they've seen claws and stuff, but this thing, like ropes are in there and there's like discs on it, and he doesn't really understand what this is and is kind of staring and looking at it. So I think this would be a great opportunity for somebody to surprise Fawn. I'm okay with being terrified. He's enraptured right now, essentially. I think, yeah, go ahead.
That is the Kraken of the... Is there an ocean listed on this map?
There's we have the sightless sea.
Oh. That is a Kraken of the sightless sea. You just hear this like very monotone voice.
Yeah, Fawn is startled because do you make much noise when you move? Are you pretty
I'm starting to creak a bit.
Oh,
like a crumbly creak because the magic is dying.
Gotcha, yeah. So yeah, Fawn. Oh, hi. Is it okay that I'm here? Is this okay?
The menagerie is for all to enjoy, and my mouth doesn't move. It's just a statue face.
Whoa.
Do you think you would like it echoes from within you, like you're hollow, and it just
the
voice is just echoing through you?
Yeah, I like it.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, okay, good. Okay, I was just making sure. Do you know all of the creatures that are in here?
I know many of them. There are plaques.
Oh, I then hilariously look down at the plaque and can see that there's words written down there. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Is this your first time to the Menagerie of Ravenhall?
Yeah, I've never been here before. I was bringing a gift for the scrying pool, but I was told it wasn't working. Do you know about that?
Oh man, you were supposed to keep that to yourself.
I think in that instant when you say like it's not working, you hear like something fall to the ground. And Caspian, the crab singer, is kind of standing there, and he just dropped the crab.
Yeah, it's just Caspian just dissolves into a pile of crabs, like what?
And standing right next to what looks to be a display of a huge lobster that could be found in the sightless sea.
What lobster so bad?
Wait, the scrying pool doesn't work.
Well, I mean, I was told that it wasn't working.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble with the boss.
The crab just kind of like,
oh my god,
on the ground.
I've never seen crabs before. Oh my god!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What are these?
I pick it up. It's I point to one of the plaques. It's a smaller version of this, a crab.
Did you make it small? Are you magic? Can you use magic?
Ha. I myself am not magical, but I do have this, and I pull out my strange musical instrument. With it, I can control the crabs.
That's kind of like magic. I look to Harp. That's magic, isn't it?
Wait, that's a statue, right? Do you speak to statues?
I am a golem.
Huh!
I
I'm gonna drop the crab again.
And tend to its gardens.
And are currently doing a shift as docent at the Menagerie.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like scene wise. I think I want to kind of wrap it up here, in the sense of like, I'm trying to think of like, so in Fawn's mind right now, the prompt was the last time you saw real magic. I think when he was very, very small, maybe somebody passing through Barley Town, and we're kind of having this like flashback moment of this time where he saw like maybe just like small prestidigitation, and he was just amazed by it, and it was like I want to do magic, like then like was secretly trying to do this like in his own like how do I do magic kind of montage as a child growing up through the through the ages, and then comes back to where it's like maybe you can teach me how to do magic, looking at what was your name again? Caspian.
Caspian? Yeah. Well, I mean, you could try using this. And I hand over this odd musical instrument.
Great. And then the last image we see in the scene is Fawn getting ready to blow, and then like fades to another scene where this horrible sound just comes out of it. And the crabs start to scuttle away.
Maybe the ancient.
My offering.
The illusory kraken tentacle starts to like dance.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like maybe some of that huge lobster.
Oh man!
Did we just figure out that Fawn has some incredible power?
Yes.
That Caspian could have
storms.
Whoa, TM.
Oh, I'm
Find out
sorry.
that Fawn was an orphan found in a storm. Left there by
laid gently down in a pig stall.
Yeah.
The pig farmers found
the mark of a crab claw on his forehead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
You can't see it because his curly pink hair is all covering his forehead.
Just a collection of like crabs carrying a swaddling babe into a
No,
pig
it's like a
trough.
bed. It's a bed of crabs.
I'm gonna hardline any further Harry Potter references.
Okay,
To the
okay.
one
Yes.
I just made.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright.
But that's lovely. Cool. So scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. That makes it Piccolo's scene.
Yo, what up? It's me, Piccolo, hanging out in a garden. Where am I actually? I think eventually I would make it back to the Menagerie as my audience seems to dissipate. What the heck? No,
You can also flash forward or flash back. Like these scenes don't have to happen sequentially.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But they certainly can.
Yeah, I think I already established that Piccolo's constantly wandering around between the Menagerie and the Rose Garden, and
I'd love to see your ceremony.
yes, I would too. But they keep pushing it back every week, and now there's not even anybody here. I don't know why they put it on the same day as the Scrying Festival.
Oh, that's a brutal double booking.
And now I can't find any of the knighthood that's supposed to be swearing me in. It's a disaster.
So which scene would you like to do? The bridge, Menagerie, Rose Gardens, or the scrying pool?
I think I want to do the scrying pool and figure out why everybody's going to this party and not to my party.
Awesome.
Well,
So go ahead and move your token over to the scrying
I would
pool.
love to.
And
Thank
then
you.
tell us what's it like? And sometimes even though we've seen this place before, maybe something else is going there. It could be a different time of day or
It's incredibly lonely. No, I think there are still people jostling around, standing in line, but I think they're beginning to notice that there are people cleaning up the offerings. And I imagine for scrying pool festivals that there are typically not maguses, but lesser, not magi. I guess apprentices.
The other
That
apprentices.
typically, yeah, apprentices that preside over genuine ceremonies and stuff. There's nothing going on. Like it's like it looks like it rained at the county fair. Like what is happening? There's disarray like I've never seen before. And almost no servants with the tiny cakes on the platters. Where are my tiny cakes?
Maybe that rumor spread. Everyone knows.
There are no tiny cakes, and that's the biggest problem. Is that I don't see any peddlers selling things to penitents, almost as though they know that none of these penitents are going to be sticking around very long, because very rarely do people bring any sorts of not sacrifices, but offerings that have a genuine monetary value. You know what I mean? Like it's usually food, clothing, some kind of trash artifact that their family has had for generations. But never really any silver or gold. So there are no peddlers out here selling fruit or fish or whatever they clawed up out of the earth 10 minutes ago to sell for an enormous price. So what is happening here?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know who I bet is here, even though the place is cleared out? I bet the Magus is here.
I will speak to the Magus immediately.
So
as is my right.
Yeah, what is the Magus? What have you met the Magus before?
No, of course not. They keep scheduling me in.
What are they like? What do you know about them?
Mysterious. I don't think I've ever actually met the Magus before. I haven't even seen them in passing. They rarely come out of Ravenhall anymore.
So maybe you don't even recognize them when you see them.
Probably not. But I know what important people look like, and they're usually covered in jewels and robes. So I'm sure that's what the Magus looks like. It makes sense.
The Magus does not look like
Would you like to take somebody as the Magus in your scene?
Yeah, I want to cast Victoria as the Magus.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, Piccolo is a very untrustworthy narrator. Like, cannot be trusted for anything.
I had this idea. Use it if you like. What if the Magus carved harp in her own image, or in their own image?
Oh, what a blessing!
It's like in a movie, it's actually the same actors like playing both parts.
Yeah. All right.
Dual roles.
They're very serene too.
Yeah, you're gonna get the Oscar. Go for it. I'm ready.
Best actor and best supporting actor.
Piccolo.
I don't. Where's the important person who's supposed to be speaking to me?
Yeah, what do we see? What do we see on screen right now?
I think you see a woman in maroon robes with a plain, like, tasseled rope around their waist, and a gold embroidered raven over their heart.
Lovely. Hello. I was actually looking for a place to dispose of this bush trash. Do you know?
That is one of my roses.
Perfect. Could you hold it?
And I take it, and I put it behind my ear.
Perfect. It suits you.
How can I help you, Piccolo? Should you not be at your knighthood? Knighting.
Can you help me? I'm so sorry. I don't know if we've met. I am Sir Piccolo, Knight of Stormguard, and you are
Magus.
Keeps bowing, bows lower, just keeps going. Sits there for about 5 minutes, kind of like hyperventilates inside of their armor for a minute, and then slowly comes back up.
Were you
Magus,
expecting
yes.
something else?
I wasn't, and you are everything that I dreamed you would be.
Indeed.
Yep.
You had questions. Please ask.
I feel like there was a double booking problem. And I was hoping I could the knighthood hasn't shown up for my ceremony yet. I was hoping I could get some answers about that. But if you're too busy, I definitely understand.
Well, let's go to the menagerie and ring the bell.
Of course, after you, honored Magus.
And she gives that quiet little bow and
Yeah, Piccolo follows you to the menagerie about 20 paces behind you, and I think that's where like the screen blacks out.
So now we're going to continue going around, and once your token is on the map, you have an additional thing you can do on your turn, which is you can choose to move the Magus, or to move the Magus. And when you do that, you advance the Magus along the path to our next location, and in this case, the Oak Hills. And then everyone takes their tokens back, and then you would describe the Oak Hills and the ending of the summer from the perspective of the Magus. So it's your token has to already be on the board before you can do that, so it's not available until the second go around. So we could do that now, or we can keep doing scenes at Ravenhall. And the idea is, in general, I tell people not to be in a hurry. At some point, it feels correct. I've noticed when I play it, it feels correct. It's like, okay, now it's time to leave Ravenhall. But if this is kind of a demo game too, so if somebody wants to hustle us along,
we can move on to the next.
Well, it's whoever's turn it is. So if you want to take next turn and do that, you can do that.
I was going to say maybe it might make sense to have one more scene at Ravenhall, maybe with the Magus again, just to like make the the reason why all of us get together, maybe, or we could just flash forward. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you can flash forward. Either way is fine. So I went.
You went first.
I went first, but maybe some. Well, I don't want to. I'll tell you. I'll do another scene. I'm not going to move the Magus. It's going to be a short scene.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the Menagerie. Piccolo, are you cool if we? I really want to see your knighting scene, or do you want to not be knighted in this game?
I want to not be knighted.
Okay, fantastic, great. Cool. So, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go to the Rose Gardens, and I'd really love for Caspian to be in this scene. And
wait, which token are you? I thought I was the.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm the river because my name's River, and there's no way I would ever forget that.
But I should move my token to you, though, right?
No, you just keep it there.
Okay.
It's not like BFF. It's like. Okay, cool. So the Rose Gardens, it's midnight in the Rose Gardens, and I think that as part of the whole, Scrying Pool Festival, this is like one of the things that happens that night. They have this this illuminated viewing of these. There's these like luminary roses that bloom. And there's crowds of people. There's way too much drinking happening, and I'm here picking up cups, and I think I've got one of those little pokey sticks. I'm picking up trash and filling my bag, like a janitor's apprentice, apparently. And I think I come upon I come upon you, and I notice that you've got this. I think I noticed that you've got this kind of crab shell swinging from your hip, and I poke yet another like discarded crab shell that someone's just like left on the ground and stick it in my bag, and I just point my little pokey stick at you, and I say, ugh, So you're the reason I've been picking up crab shells all day.
I wanted, of course, I wanted to make sure that everyone had a chance to make an offering. And then if it even matters.
Well, what do you mean if it even matters?
Well, I heard a rumor in the Menagerie.
A rumor? From who?
Yeah, someone dressed as one of the apprentices of Ravenhall. That the scrying pool doesn't even work. I'm still holding on to this crab.
And River is just like, gets like flush. He's like, just beads of sweat. He's just like, oh my God, this could be my job here. I can't believe that big boy. Well, man, was that kid told you, didn't he?
Yeah, this kid has
kid.
the pig kid has the pig kid has a gift. With this the instrument, I've only ever been able to control the crabs, but when the pig kid blew the crab, that kraken tentacle came to life.
And like the apprentice, the apprentice of Ravenhall, he's like really upset at Fawn, but he can't he can't ignore, this startling revelation that Caspian has just revealed, and he says, "No, that can't be true. I've heard of this. Wait, come here with me. Let me show you something." And he like drops the stick and suddenly animated,
Okay.
because River came here because he wanted to learn. He's an academic. He's from Barleytown himself, but he traveled to. He's remembering as like a child when he first came to Ravenhall and some of his early lessons, and how people talk about the various prophecies of the Magus and various things that people spoke of. And one of them is, this is ringing a bell in his mind right now, and the two of us go, and we can see there's this kind of a tangled ivy that's grown over this wall, and he starts ripping it and pulling it down, and you see this like mosaicked image of Caspian, kind of like looking astonished, while this kind of like rough version of like Fawn is kind of like blowing the crab horn.
How?
And like sea creatures flailing in the background.
How? What? Is that me?
This has happened before.
How old is this?
Oh, this was made by the first Magus many ages ago. They foretold this. See, look. Do you know how to read magical script? I'll translate for you. Of course you don't.
Does anybody? No, of course I don't.
Of course you don't. That's okay. I can. I studied. I'm an apprentice. I actually know a lot of things. I'm very useful.
Okay, but that's
do more
that's
than,
my crab flute, though.
Okay? Anyhow, so he translates. He starts reading this to you, and it's this like kind of like poetic verse about though they be yet a humble swineherd, they shall bloweth the horn of the crab, and the sea creatures shall tremble, and forth they shall go to Umbra. It kind of goes on and on for a while. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and give Fawn the tag legendary. We'll end the scene there.
How? It all started with some bacon. Amazing.
Maybe we just keep going in the same order. Who was it Harp? Were you second?
No, I believe it was Fawn. Or
I thought it was Fawn.
Was it?
Or no, it was Caspian.
No, it was Caspian.
Oh, Caspian.
Bridge.
Was it?
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, because it started with River, and then Fawn was in that scene, and then
Yeah.
it was.
All right.
Yeah.
So Caspian, you go next,
So
and I'll make note of that.
I guess in that one scene I was in the Rose Garden, and now I think I'm at the scrying pool, and I'm still holding that crab, and I'm holding this flute, And I look at the scrying pool and just kind of toss the crab in the scrying pool, and I don't know if that's socially appropriate in Ravenhall, but I've just put a living creature in the scrying pool, and it kind of just like starts walking along the bottom of the scrying pool, and I look at my crab horn. It's a family heirloom. It's been passed down from generation to generation. I've just
florn. It's a mixture between a flute and a horn.
A florn, a crab florn. And I look at it, and in my head, I'm thinking, perhaps I am not the true bearer of the crab florn. Perhaps it is that pig kid.
You've killed Amber.
Why, Magus? Why? And I'm just going to end my scene there.
Do you feel like you've answered why you served the Magus?
Originally, I thought yeah, you know what? I'm going to answer that. Originally, I thought I served the Magus because I believed that it was my destiny to go to the shores of the Sightless Sea and use the crab florn to summon a legendary creature. And I feel like the Magus's magic would guide me on my journey to the shores. But now I don't know. So instead of why I serve the Magus, I think now it's, I don't know if I have a place in Ravenhall anymore.
Awesome. All right, Harp, you're next.
Sorry, I'm giving everyone a panning shot of the
Oh yeah.
of the map.
Oh, yes.
Super important.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is
What is
important.
this Sightless Sea?
Yeah, I'm just giving this slow pan here as I can with my mouse. And there's the Sightless Sea.
Oh wow, so far away.
It is.
I observed a game of Fall of Magic one time where in one of the early scenes, a character from Astalia was describing how, they'd never seen the ocean before. And I was like, what's going to happen when they get to that part of the map and they see there's a big ocean there? And then they get to that part of the map, and then without missing a beat, the person playing the character's like, where did this ocean come from? It was like this kind of
That's awesome.
and how terrible things have gotten. It's really funny.
All right. So yeah, I think I am passing. I am at. Where am I at? Where am I
You
at?
could play as the Magus too if you prefer.
Oh yeah, I'm two characters, aren't I?
Well, we all are. The Magus is a shared character. We all.
Right.
But you could. What I mean is that you could choose to advance the Magus if you wanted.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be. I haven't been at the scrying pool yet. Everyone else has, but I have not. So I think Harp, the Golem is going to be at the scrying and pool, and everyone is having a good time there. It appears there's lots of drinks and beverages, and I am out there with a basket full of roses, and I am handing them out to people. And as I hand one, I say, "And may this time be blessed." And I just pass them out saying that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Awesome.
And I think that's the scene.
Well, you remember the story prompt that you have, which is why you serve the Magus.
Why I serve the Magus. Because I am of the Magus. I am of the Magus's likeness. And I represent the Magus and the Magus's power. I am a golem. And to receive a rose from one of the Magus's golem is to receive a rose from the Magus.
Does the voice that resonates from within
Trash.
your stone body match that of the Magus?
Yeah, I think.
Ooh, different acoustics.
Yeah, it's the Magus, but different acoustics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
you could use a little drinking glass for your golem voice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just thought about this. Does everything that the Magus made die when magic dies?
Oh no.
Is Harp gonna die?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of right now. There should probably be. This would be a good scene to have maybe the Magus appear and talk with basically this chosen golem, and yeah. So I mean I can play the Magus, or if somebody else wants to, I guess.
Do you think we see a moment of weakness, like public weakness from the Magus that leads to this?
Well,
Single
yeah.
tear. Oh, Denzel. What?
Like,
Tear.
like maybe the Magus is in the scene watching the golem Harp walk around and can see that, like physically see that Harp is starting to break down, and they're coming to the realization that the magic is dying in me, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like Harp's walking around with and then that, we've talked about how the jaw maybe hinges for a little bit, and I think it's just a scene of the Magus realizing I'm dying.
It's over.
Yeah, I'm dying. It's like when I wake up in the morning and I feel my back crack. Sorry. I'm getting older.
It's me.
Fall apart.
I'm working out. I do one goblet squat, and then the arms of the angels just plays in the background. I just lay on the ground. In the arms of the angels.
That song plays as the Magus is watching. Oh.
Oh, that's a moment. That's a very sad moment.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that song's playing in the background as like the golem's giving out roses, and you just see that the Magus realize.
Yeah.
Do you think Harp has any idea that this is happening?
I'm moving slower. Bits of me crumble, and I'm not as well taken of as I used to be. I know something is going on, but such is life, and an end comes to all.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I'll live forever.
Just imagining as the music is playing In the Arms of the Angel, our fantasy version of In the Arms of the Angel in the background, we like this the camera kind of pans over the band, and we see that like in this world, I'm thinking kind of like an Avatar, how like all of the animals are like mixtures of two real world animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with musical instruments here. So there's like, there's florins, and there's like dratars, which are like drum guitars. And there's like
Dratars.
The arms of the angels is all like mountain dulcimer, but there's like a hi-hat.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
An oboe trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A trobo.
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 I'm leaving. I quit. keep the Three Musketeers bar.
I mean, Three Musketeers is my favorite chocolate bar, so I keep it.
They're
Glad.
so good. It cuts out all the silliness. It's just chocolate nougat. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm. It's yummy.
Don't put no crunch in there. Don't need it. Anyway. What were we doing? What were we
Should we
talking
leave that
about?
scene there?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Fawn, you're next.
So I think I would like to see what happens when we do move the Magus.
Good.
So that means moving the Magus
Yes.
to Oak Hills.
Yep, so go ahead and move the Magus token to the Oak Hills, and let's go ahead and take the rest of the tokens and put them to the side.
Okay.
And then, please describe the Oak Hills and the ending of summer from the perspective of the Magus. So you are the Magus in this.
Okay. Sure. So I think, so we are all supposed to be traveling together,
Yeah,
right?
we're all together in the
So
Oak Hills.
something happened that brought us all together. I think the Magus is described as very serene and calm.
What are the? Oh, sorry. go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the actual like physicalness of the world is right now. So time of day, I'm gonna say maybe mid morning, brunch time. It's early fall, or no, it's the ending of summer. Yeah, so it's starting to become fall. So you hear like the locusts in the trees and grass, and it's kind of pretty warm. And they're walking ahead of this group. Like it looks like they're walking alone, and you could tell that they're contemplating, or it looks like they're just in a very like deep thought as they're walking forward. And I think at some point the shot shows them stopping and then turning and looking back and seeing the rest of the group. And we see it's Pig Boy, Crab Person, Scary Knight, and the Golem. And the Golem's actually, I think, closer behind the Magus. I think they're kind of keeping Magus company as everyone's following. So that's the scene as I see it as they're walking to the Oak Hills.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool. All right, Piccolo, it's your scene, and now your options are those ones at the Oak Hills.
Yeah, let's see where I'm gonna put myself. Sorry, there's cat hair in my tea.
Oh.
Brutal.
Oh.
Wealthy, making camp with my beautiful silk tents, canvas, got the nice toggles, hand carved.
Mother
I thought you
of
were gonna say
pearl.
Hanson.
Yes, got the citronella torches.
Yeah, so good. Do
Oh
you have
my
like a
God.
big cart with all your crap?
Oh yeah, but like,
But since
I
you're
don't
not a
push
knight,
it.
do you have a squire?
You're-
no. Look, okay. First of all, who asked you, crap man? Second of all, I'm rich, so I choose to employ a person to push the cart for me,
Awesome.
which I could do for free if somebody hadn't pushed back my ceremony for whatever reason, not my own shortcomings. Who asked? But yes, somebody does
What's your
push the
employee's
cart
name?
for me. Oh,
Is it Thad?
Oh gosh, that is good. Chattius.
Chattius.
It's Chattius. He looks like Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Okay.
He's just
Come
Kronk
along,
from-
Chattius.
Yes, Chattius. Chattius, please, could you?
Light the
you.
citronella, please.
Thank you. That's all I ask. Just a little hop to it. Thank you.
I love just imagining the contrast between like Piccolo, who's totally like glamping, and like the rest of us who are just
100%.
I think like River's tent is actually like in a puddle right now.
Yes, I have high medieval, French, double bell, too many rigged ropes. That's right, we got the high wind lines, even though we're in a valley, so wind's not even coming this way. I just want to take up more space so the poor tents aren't next to me.
I like to imagine that Fawn is just watching this flurry of activity and just eating like cornbread from his pocket. Like,
You just have cornbread?
yeah, just cornbread.
Yes.
By like, you
Yeah,
know,
your
travel
mother
travel
gave you,
bread. Yeah.
Your mother.
Uh,
Instead of your lembas bread, it's your cornbread.
Yeah.
Oh look, more cornbread.
Yeah, the moment
And-
that they got the tent set up, my 4-poster bed that has to be hand assembled went in there. We assembled it, put the mattress on it. I laid on it and lounged while everybody else put up my stuff around me.
I'm also imagining that Piccolo actually has a fence that's put up around this tent as well.
Oh,
So
100%. I had the
Yeah.
trench dug in too, so it's like a mini moat.
Is it
Just
just
in case it
Chattius
rains.
doing all this, or is there like more people?
Oh, it's just Chattius. But don't worry, Chattius is all you need, darling.
Apparently.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Adios.
Poor Chattius.
He's fine. He gets paid well.
Yeah.
I found like a ton of crabs, so I just like put them in a bag and gave it to him. Turns
You just
out
pay-
peasants love to eat.
This is true.
Yeah,
Cornbread.
Peasants,
cornbread.
right?
and crabs.
Am I right? I don't know how he's gonna cook them, but that's really a poor person problem, not my problem. I'm the worst. What is this scene about?
It's
Oh,
about,
I
it's,
chose- I
it's about
chose-
Piccolo.
Scene is about.
It's
Okay,
about
good.
Piccolo and glamping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I chose
Good.
making camp because I saw the word wealthy.
Oh.
That's what I saw. I was like, wealth, yes.
That sounds
We're
like you're
living.
giving yourself the tag wealthy.
Yeah,
Wealthy.
definitely all of us realize for sure as this camp is being set up that you are loaded.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's
River
all
is just
I
like
got.
amazed.
Yeah, that's
Just
all
so
I got.
amazed.
I'm just wealth. It's me.
No, perfect.
I wonder what the other storm guard think of Piccolo.
Yeah.
Piccolo's the worst. No matter which culture or city they are in, guaranteed the worst. Do you know why? Because they have no awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're back
Amazing.
to you, River.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do my scene by firelight. And the prompt there is a comfort from home. Wait, no, I take it back. I'm going to do Harper's Road. I got a thought. Okay, so Harper's Road is this. It's this ancient road that was built before there was Ravenhall, before there was Barleytown. Like the people that used to live in these lands long ago that have been long forgotten. But one thing they were good at doing was they were building roads. And I'm just really we've got a harp in this game too. So I'm thinking that maybe even it's like fabled that magic users of the past use their magic to build this road. The stone is the same kind of stone that Gollum appears to be made of, for sure. One thing that's surprising about the road is just, even though it's this old road, other than like a little bit of ivy and moss that sometimes crosses over it, it stays pretty clear, and it doesn't appear to be made of like individual stones. It's just this kind of slightly rough-hewn, seemingly like solid stone surface that winds through the hillsides. And we've got this kind of curious company that's going towards it. We see Piccolo with riding on their maybe cart or carriage, driven by a Chadius with all of their abundant supplies, and the Magus perhaps riding this very like beautiful stag with like large horns and like a bridle. And River is in charge of the provision cart. That's why I was brought along. And there's it's this kind of mule-driven cart that has just kind of barrels of supplies and various things that we might need. And I'm sitting up there right now, and I'm sitting up there right now with I don't know who else is riding next to me, or riding who's decided to take a break from walking, is riding on this mule-driven cart with me.
I never walk.
Wonderful. Are you in the cart right now, Piccolo?
Yes, of course. You expect me to walk on my own two legs?
Wait, I imagined you had like a fancy carriage or something like that you'd be in.
Chadius might
No,
be
my
pulling it.
stuff is in my carriage.
There's not enough space. Fantastic. Lovely. So River and Piccolo are riding together in this cart, and
Having a delightful time.
Yeah, it's really great. And I'm just pretty impressed, to be by a knight. And River says,
Thank you. I am impressive.
You're very impressive, for sure. I'm really sorry that that I know my mule smells kind of bad. I am sorry if that's disturbing. I think I'm just like really, like, River's just like really self-conscious because the cart is kind of filthy.
You make do with what the gods have given you, and that is certainly enough for you, and so it should be enough from... Is that bacon?
Oh yeah, I got some. Like, kind of pulls out some bacon. It's like,
How long?
oh no,
How long is it up?
It's been smoke cured. It'll be good for another day, 2 days.
And it's been in your shirt for how long?
No, it's not my shirt. I have an inner pocket. And
An inner pocket under your under your armpit.
It's a tabard. I can move it though. I don't mean to offend you here.
No.
I take the bacon and I kind of toss it in the back on a.
I am a strong knight of the realm, and I am never offended.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, when I was a kid, my parents sent me to Ravenhall, but my mom wanted me to go to Ravenhall. My dad, he really wanted me to join the Knights, and I'm starting to think that maybe I made the wrong decision. I mean, it seems like you guys really got it made up there. Where'd you get all that money? You've got those nice clothes. You got that sword, that armor.
Yeah. Reaver, right? I'm sorry. What was your?
It's River.
River. May I call you River?
Sure.
That's
my name.
I think your mother loved you very much,
Yeah.
and she did the best for you that anyone could have done, and I think you should honor that.
Okay, I will honor that.
Good.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a brisk walk beside the, get some dust on the metal.
Get some fresh air.
It's on fresh air.
So Piccolo's.
I'm gonna catch it.
So Piccolo hops off the wagon and he's just there by himself. And he kind of reaches in his pocket, not the one that behind the bacon.
Yeah.
There's layers.
He pulls out the last letter that his mother sent him, and it's it's this little piece of parchment that's kind of wrapped up with a ribbon, and she opens it up, or he opens it up, and it it says, and we kind of hear his mother's voice in his head. Caspian, would you like to play my mother's voice?
Yes. River, I hope this letter brings you happiness and joy, even though I could not. Go to Ravenhall. Study under the Grand Magus. Only then will you find your long-lost brother. He exists. A warrior of great skill, at least as was prophesied. Humble, kind. Find your brother, and you will learn the secret. The secret that will save us all. Signed, Mom.
Signed, Mom.
Best wishes, Mom.
Best wishes.
Really,
Sincerely, your mother.
Best regards.
Respectfully, Agnes.
In parentheses, your mother.
Yeah. Insert name here. It's just a blank line. I'm sorry.
Lovely. So he puts it away, and he's thinking,
That's really sweet.
could it be Piccolo? No, it couldn't be Piccolo.
Humble and kind.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah. So he puts the letter away, and that's who I left.
I am as kind as is legally required.
I think with like every night River meets, River references this document.
All right, scene. Caspian, you're next.
At this point, I think Caspian needs a scene with Fawn.
Oh,
Yes. Because we've all been following the Magus, and I think while Piccolo is just like hopped off of the cart, and River's longingly looking at this sheet of paper, we're like walking behind everyone.
Yeah, you just see like Piccolo doing like a really fast like
a power walk,
very straight-legged power walk towards the back.
And Caspian kind of turns to Fawn and says, "Fawn, how did you command that Kraken's tentacle with the Florn back at the Menagerie?"
that what you call it, a florn? Huh. Well, I mean, I don't really know. I just blew into it, and I was looking at the Kraken,
I don't know if I really controlled it.
I mean, in that menagerie, everything there was, nothing there was alive. And then all of a sudden, I ask because this Florin has been passed down from crab singer to crab singer in my family. And River, pointing to the cart, that apprentice showed me something back at the Rose Gardens. Hidden behind some overgrown ivy was a mural, and I could have sworn it looked exactly like what had just happened at the Menagerie. You are more than just some pig kid who eats cornbread.
Well, that's what my mom told me, and that's why I came to the scrying pool. There's something, I don't know, different about me.
I always thought that the scrying pool would show me what my destiny was. It was more than just bringing delicious crab to everyone in the land. I mean, and then I found out that the scrying pool wasn't giving fortunes.
Yeah, it's broken.
Yeah, apparently.
We had a friend, DA.
Can't hear me.
Excuse me?
Yeah, like as
Yeah, I think River would just turn and go, shh.
yeah.
And then the scrying pool didn't give me answers, but then just being there in the Rose Garden, meeting you in the Menagerie,
Maybe.
I think we were destined to meet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds exactly correct. Well, I just have to. Look. So, I know that I was supposed to come here and I was supposed to find out what I was meant to be. I'm not supposed to be just a pig farmer. I know that. And my mom sent me here. Also, he's like 12. I think we've never really established how young this kid is.
It's your destiny.
Sounding very like childlike right now. So I'm just following the people who can help me. And you said that you were going to teach me magic, and now we're with the Magus, and maybe they're going to help me figure out what I'm supposed to be.
I mean, look at the Magus. Something seems off.
Yeah, we look at the Magus, and what are they looking like right now? Like just,
I think
maybe
like
shoulders kind of like slumped,
hunched, as they like kind of trot along with their
Right.
horse.
Well, I know from stories that, and I'm trying to think of what you guys, I want your guys' input too, like how you think the magic actually works in the world. Do we think that the Magus is like people are born into the world that are fonts of magic? Is that kind of what we're thinking?
Mm.
I mean, I would like input on this because I'm not exactly sure where I would like to go with it.
See, I don't think Caspian considers himself magical. I think that he believes that the Florin does all the work.
I see.
But then he met you, who used the Florin, and something different happened. So perhaps when combined with a magical person, the Florin is a great tool.
I see. So yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, Piccolo, your mic is off. If you
I was saying that's what all people with talent and skill think, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's like force sensitivity.
Mm.
It's like a little bit of both. It's like you need a little talent, but you also need
Because I guarantee Piccolo can't use that Florin.
Mm. But have you tried the Trobo?
Why would I?
That is beneath Piccolo.
I don't know. Isn't there like a band? Isn't there like a wind ensemble in Stormguard?
Oh, of course, yes. The traveling peasant folk come and they put on their silly masks and they play their silly little instruments, and it's a delight. They drink all of our alcohol, though. It's a serious problem. We usually kick them out on the morn. The arts are disgusting.
Oh man.
The arts are disgusting.
Wow.
Ever since that, make Stormguard great again. Oh my god.
Stormguard is terrible.
Yeah, Stormguard, they're the worst.
I don't know why I decided to do that, but I did, and it's a thing that happened.
Maybe you're just processing some stuff.
I'm
You're
down.
through role-playing games.
Maybe I don't want to go to school, Dad. Maybe I want to drop out. I want to be an artiste. I want to be a dancer.
Maybe Piccolo is actually the one at fault for missing all of these knighting ceremonies because maybe Piccolo doesn't want to be a knight.
I mean, maybe
think that's the
Piccolo's-
case?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think. First of all, I don't think Piccolo has what it takes to be a knight. But I also don't think Piccolo knows how to do anything but be wealthy and
Right.
powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's never occurred to them to like use that wealth and power for something else other than being wealthy and powerful.
Makes sense.
Maybe that's my fantasy. Maybe it's just having wealth and no obligations. I feel like we're really unpacking a lot of stuff here.
I lost track a little bit. This is we're in Caspian scene right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Caspian scene, and
And where
were
are
you?
you? Caspian?
Where were you?
we're just
Okay,
following
so-
behind.
So
We're-
you're still on Harper
oh, my-
Road?
yes, we're on Harper's Road.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
And yeah, I just kind of the last question that we asked within the scene was like, what does magic look like? And we said that magic is something
Yeah.
that is all around and it's in everything, but only certain people can channel it to its fullest potential. I feel like magic guides everyone. Perhaps that is what's brought us all together. I can use the Florn to command crabs, but someone with true magical potential can use it to command anything aquatic.
Yeah.
And I think I want the scene to end with Caspian and Fawn kind of walking side by side. Caspian kind of looking at the floor and then looking to Fawn, who seems to be this magical prodigy.
Who's just kicking rocks as he's
It's just-
walking.
Just like,
Yeah.
and I just want to say, what do they know that I don't? And just kicking rocks and eating cornbread.
He's
just gonna
living the lie.
You feel satisfied with your usage of the prompt "Who You Left Behind"?
Yeah, I think so, because I think, I'm now questioning my past. I'm now questioning my entire lineage in Ravenhall now that I've met this some pig kid.
Awesome. So I just want to do a time check, Victoria. This game goes till 6. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have 12 minutes.
Okay, fantastic. Maybe we could just have maybe just a couple quick scenes, Harp, Fawn, and Piccolo, just to kind of complete the round, and then we could just do a little go-around debrief. So
Yeah.
maybe the last three of you just want to do a little kind of brief moment.
Yeah, I am
So Harp
going
first.
to be at dawn for my morning ritual. And every morning from camp, I step out from I was going to say the eaves, but there aren't really eaves on tents. A tarp, and I
Maybe a canopy.
Oh, canopy.
Yeah.
I step out from beneath the Magus's canopy, at the front of their I don't know, do they have a marquee? No, a marquee doesn't have sides, does it?
You can get walled marquees, yeah,
Okay.
but they're usually angled.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm picturing the Magus has a marquee and they have a
Yeah.
canopy coming out, and I stand beneath the canopy at night because I'm a golem. I don't need to be inside a tent. And I step out into a kind of secluded spot, and I face the morning sun and I wait for it to rise, and I just stand out there with my arms outstretched as the sun comes up and warms my stone. and I let it alight my face in every morning, and then I bow to it and move on to my day. And that's my scene. That's my morning ritual.
Nice.
All right, it's Fawn's. Well, so Fawn and then Piccolo.
So I think I'll go to where's my little egg at? Where's my egg? I'm going to the By Firelight. So I think it's a scene where all the tents are set up. He's got his own little tent, and he's gone inside, and he has his little knapsack, and he pulls it out, and he has this raggedy old quilt, patchwork quilt that he pulls out, and it's got like, cute little animal scenes, little patterns here and there, but you can tell that it's old and worn. And he's starting to set up his little sleeping area in his little everything's little tiny little tent, and he nestles down and puts his little quilt around him. And I want to do he's wearing a necklace, and he pulls it out, and it's a stone, and he's holding it. And if we look at it, like the camera goes in close to it, I wanted to look at the same stone that was back at the mural. And if there was any sort of magical writing that was on the mural back there, there's something on it as well.
Like a rune or something?
Yeah, and so he's like rubbing it, and you can tell that he's rubbed it a lot because it's like got the marks of like someone who's obviously been holding it for a while. And I think at some point after he's done his like little bedtime ritual, he blows out his candle and he'll go to bed and curled up with it. And that's NC.
Cool, thank you. Piccolo?
I think that Piccolo's also in the By Firelight Comfort from Home, where they have slipped into their silk pajamas and have crawled up on their California king size goose down feather mattress and have piled these satin and silk covers on top of them, and they just sort of like, bed's a little small, but it'll do. And as Chadius goes about the night, like snuffing out the little citronella torches outside, Piccolo just like stares at the ceiling of the tent and like turns their signet ring over and over on their hand, and then falls asleep. It's like, me, gonna be a knight. Me, gonna be so rich. Me. I'm gonna live forever.
I love the contrast.
Yeah. I'm also imagining that there's like Piccolo's tent and then Fawn's tiny tent right next to it.
100%.
And when Fawn puts out the candle, it's just like, it does nothing because the lights coming from Piccolo's tent are so bright.
Like, unbeknownst to Fawn, whenever Fawn set up their his pup tent, Piccolo's like canopies overhead, so like right beside the entrance of Fawn's like opening to the pup tent, there's like a big spread of like breakfast and things like that that have barely been cleared away. And Chadius is like picking up these pewter plates and like stacking them on top of each other, goes over to the dishwashing station. He's just like singing a song as he cleans up the grounds.
Amazing.
All right. So the way that we end our game is we roll up our imaginary scroll, and then we're going to have we do a little quick debrief. So I'd like us just to do a quick go around, and when it's your turn, I'd invite you to perhaps share a moment you enjoyed, an appreciation of another player, perhaps an epilogue for your character, something that challenged you, something you might try differently, an emotion or memory the game evoked. Or just a moment of silence if you feel like just kind of taking it in a little bit. And then when we're done with that, I'll just go ahead and pass it back to Victoria. I'll go ahead and start, and then just we can go whenever they want to go. I haven't Fall of Magic. I don't think I've played online before, and so it's kind of fun. I do normally used to playing games on the table, but I do really kind of appreciate that even kind of through this medium we can still really connect. And I just thought that it's sometimes challenging with a group of 5 players for everyone to really have space to contribute. And I just thought that folks did a really great job of just like working off of each other, as an ensemble. And this was certainly a TV show I would watch. I really appreciated all the characters that you had made. That's what I had to share.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, do we want to just go in the order that we were originally going in?
Yes.
Sure.
So I guess that would be
Caspian,
me.
Harp,
Yeah.
Fawn, Piccolo.
I really enjoyed. I didn't know what to expect when playing this virtually. I had no idea that it would look like this, because I've got a physical copy right next to me, and I was like, well, how is this going to be in Roll20? And I was like, oh wow, how is it going to capture that collaborative storytelling? And it was like, oh, this is amazing, and I'm like super keen to try to play it again, like virtually as well as like with the physical copy of the game. This is super cool. I loved how everyone kind of vibed off of each other. I liked how we had, serious moments, and there was like foreshadowing the potential death of Harp with the death of the Magus. But then there's also just like Piccolo and Chadius. But even with Piccolo and Chadius and their like over the top nature, there's still depth to all of our characters, and I thought that was really cool. So yay, everyone.
Okay, well, this is for both Ross and Daniel. I loved how you incorporated the, I guess it was what was it that you did that, the legendary at the Rose Gardens, and how turning that legendary and putting it onto Fawn in this mosaic. I loved that, and then I loved how you ran with it, Daniel, and added that into the subsequent scenes. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, me. Is it?
Yes, Amber.
I of course I had no expectation, going into this, what obviously the character is going to be, and it's always funny when you start to build a character as you go, and moments you might have missed, and it wasn't really until I don't remember what scene it was where I was like, oh, I can make this potentially a chosen one character, but you guys didn't. But it was all because of you guys really pushing that kind of narrative, and really it was TK's direction of, I'm gonna make this insanely self-absorbed character. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a very pure, humble character.
It's me. I'm a monster.
But it's so good because I love that. I really love that. And people commit to this one hard, it makes it easier for other characters to then go, how do I contrast with that character to make it makes characters stand out more all against each other. So I really enjoyed that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo.
Hello, it's me, TK. I think my favorite parts were definitely, I liked Victoria as the Magus, was right on that ball, not taking any of my nonsense. I loved seeing Fawn become the chosen one. And then I loved the exchange between Daniel and Ross with River's mother's letter, which was such a delight. I love seeing that depth of character development, just boom, right there. You threw out the mother, I picked up the mother, and then boom, we suddenly had this backstory that was created, which I love. I love that stuff. It's always such a delight to see improv taking a huge direction in storytelling and stuff. So especially when we don't have any body language cues or anything like that to really pick up on. It's all just looking at the camera and hoping that the other person's looking at the camera at the same time. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun, and I always like to play garbage people because it makes your only job is to be a better person than I am, and that's pretty easy when I'm the worst person. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Back to you,
Yay.
Victoria.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Why don't we do just a quick round? Where can we find you? What are you up to? We'll go in the same order, except skip me. You don't need me. It's okay.
Okay,
What is
hi,
this?
my name's Ross Cowman. You can find me on Twitter at Ross Cowman, and yeah, I'm the owner of Heart of the Deernicorn. So if you wanna, you can see our games at heartofthedeernicorn.com. Games like Fall of Magic and BFF, which is kind of like a tween girl friendship version of Fall of Magic. And yeah, right now I'm actually about to start playtesting the second game in the sort of, I'm making 4 games that are kind of like Fall of Magic, but one for each season. So City of Winter is the next game in the series, which is a story about a family that's forced to leave their home and immigrate to the City of Winter. So working on that one right now, and yeah, making lots of scrolls.
Okay, it's my turn. I'm Daniel. I co-host the Asians Represent podcast. You can find us pretty much everywhere at AZNS Represent. In terms of game design, right now I'm finishing up a game called Ross Rifles. It's a World War I, powered by the Apocalypse hack, about the Canadian Expeditionary Force and the contributions of people of color to the war. So yeah, I'm writing about war. I wrote a game about the hardships of living in ditches for several years.
Amber.
Me.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at RocketOrca, and all of my stuff at either rocketorca.com or geekspective.com. I also stream layout and design because I am a graphic designer with UX experience. So this Wednesday, I'm doing a character sheet design on my Twitch, twitch.tv RocketOrca, and then I have to put a schedule up somewhere because I don't think it exists of where I do things at other times. So look for it on Twitter. That's me.
TK. Oh, you're muted again. Oh.
Hello, it's me, TK. I'm dramatic and messy and your favorite Eldritch auntie. I write spooky stories. The sun is going down, so my highlighter is poppin' with my ring light. It's absurd, but you know me, dramatic. Anyway, read my spooky stories on my website, tkjwrites.com. Follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. Do you like staying up until 2 a.m. playing Dungeons and Dragons? I do. Hang out with me on twitch.tv/D&D for Mythic Odysseys of Theros. I'm DMing. It'll be great. We have 3 hours to do an adventure and we're not gonna. Do you like spooky games? I do, but I get spooked easy. So hang out with me on Saturday nights, twitch.tv/indoor recess crew for spooky slumber parties. We just played a really disappointing one, and I'm going to play one that's less disappointing. Maybe Alien Isolation. I don't know, that alien's super scary, so probably not, because I'm a weenie.
That AI, oh my god.
It's so scary, it can hear me breathing in the lockers. Ah!
All right, and I'm Victoria, and you can find me here next Tuesday. We are going to be playing Glitter Hearts. We're gonna have some magical girl action.
What a great game.
It is a good game. It got a judge's Annie.
Spotlight. Yeah,
Yeah,
spotlight.
judge's spotlight for the Ennies this year.
I did the character sheet for that.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing that next week. We've got Gnome, Medic, and we have Critical Bard, as well as Greg Leatherman, and another guest who is to be announced. Which is just
Mystery.
another way of saying that the person who was going to do it couldn't, so now we have to get someone else.
No, you should have just said it was a secret.
I know. I'm
Super
sorry.
special secret.
I ruined the secret. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing. And so we'll see you next time on Indie Showcase. Bye.
Bye.